Hi, and welcome to the next in the series of live webinars where we explore how you can use Minecraft in education. My name is Simon Johnson. I'm a former ICT and computing teacher, and I have several years experience working in education. And I'm also a Minecraft Global Mentor. And in this session, we're going to explore how we can use Minecraft Education Edition to support the teaching of STEAM subjects. So let's jump right in. I thought I'd start by giving a brief exploration of how you can use Minecraft to support science. Now, we have explored science in the past as a whole webinar session, so this is going to just be a brief exploration, but there's a number of ways that you can address areas of science in Minecraft. So there are some new crafting tables, such as the element constructor and compound creator we'll talk about in a moment. I've got access to elements of the periodic table, and as I'll demonstrate in a moment, you can also make pigs fly. So for science, you can use Minecraft to explore themes such as chemistry, biology, space, biodiversity and sustainability. And there's a complete lesson library that you can explore within Minecraft, and I'll demonstrate that in a moment. Also, a recent update to Minecraft makes teaching science in Minecraft so much more easier. And this is called the chemistry update. And including this is blocks to cover many of the elements from the periodic table. But you've also got some new crafting tables as well, which we'll explore in a moment. The first one is the element constructor. So using the element constructor, children can create elements such as hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon by selecting the correct number of protons, neutrons and electrons. I believe that there is over 118 elements and over 400 isotopes that you can create using the element constructor. If you want a complete list of those, brilliant bedtime reading, especially if you struggle to sleep like myself, you can access those at aka.ms/element constructor, or just type in your favorite search engine, Minecraft Education Element Constructor. We've also got the compound creator. So here you can take the elements that you created in your element constructor and combine them in their correct ratio to create things like water. So if you take 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen, you'll be able to create water. And there are over 30 different compounds that you can create using the compound creator. One of my favorite tables as well is the lab table. So this is where you can combine some of your compounds and elements and create chemical reactions. It's great for exploring topics such as liquids, solids and gases. And the material reducer. So anything that you place, any block you place into the material reducer will break it down to its component parts. So for example, if you place a block of dirt in a material reducer, it will produce oxygen, nitrogen, and so on and so forth. So this is great to show and share with children what things are made of and how you can break them down. So let's have a quick look at what the science update looks like. So in Minecraft, if you go to your library, you've got access to your subject kits and your starter worlds. Under subject kits, there is a whole section dedicated to science. So as you can see, there is a section on chemistry. We've got biology as well. We've also got themes around extinction, biodiversity and sustainability as well. And if you look at the additional lessons, you've also got some lessons around physics. So there's a lesson on magnetism. You can also, biology, step inside the human eye, tons and tons of resources. And there's even more resources on the official website as well. I'm going to demonstrate for this session the chemistry update. So in the chemistry lessons, there is the chemistry tutorial. So there it is. This is a nice way for you as a teacher and the students to explore some of the new features. While I'm here, I'll just demonstrate as well that any lesson that's built into Minecraft, you can assign or share as a Teams assignment, which will open up Teams, and you'll attach as an assignment. You can send as an email, open up in Google Classroom, and you can also share a link. Also, as well, you can add a resource. So any content that can have a web address or URL associated with it, such as a shared OneNote, shared PowerPoint, YouTube video, you can place as a button. So you could share the learning objectives in a PowerPoint or OneNote, learning outcomes. It could be instructions for the task, or it could be a link to a video to find out more. And then when the students receive that, they will click on the link and it will launch Minecraft, sign them in automatically, and load up that world straight away. So it cuts out the number of options and choices they need to make. So it goes straight into the lesson, which is really nice. So I'm going to click on Create World. So this is going to create my chemistry world. And in this demo, I'm going to demonstrate quickly how you can use the element constructor, the compound creator, and then if we have time, I'll show you how you can make pigs fly. And there is a question in the chat, which I'll answer in a moment, regarding the element constructor. So here's the element constructor. If I right click on that table, we have a list of protons, electrons and neutrons, and I can either use the slider, I can use the plus and minus, or I can use the input here and type in the number to select the correct number of protons, electrons and neutrons to create my individual elements. So I think if I have 2 and 2 of electrons and neutrons, what do I need to do? Okay, so we've got, there's helium. Actually, I'll grab some helium because I need that later for my balloon to make pigs fly. We've got 1 and 1. So 1 proton, 1 electron gives us hydrogen. There are rules for this. So you can use your atomic number to tell the number of protons, I think. I hope that's right. My science teacher will be going mad if I get it wrong. But there's also, as I mentioned before, if you do a quick search online in your favorite search engine for Minecraft Education Edition and elements, it'll give you a list of all the elements and isotopes and all their numbers as well. So I'm also going to need some hydrogen, or is it oxygen? I need some oxygen. There we go. So I think, is it? There we go. So got some oxygen. So I've got some hydrogen and some oxygen, and I've got some helium for later on. I can then take the elements that I've created from my element constructor and head over to the compound creator. So this is where you can combine the elements. So if I take 2 parts hydrogen and 1 part oxygen, then my science teacher will be proud I got this one right, because I've now got a vial of water. And I can have lots and lots of water. So there's my water. So that's the compound creator. And we also have the lab table. So this is where we can do wonderful experiments and create chemical reactions. I think my favorite one, I'm going to cheat, because in here are some sodium acetate that I could have just created with my compound creator and element constructor, but I'm going to cheat. And I believe if I put 4 of these together, it will create a ice bomb. So combine, I usually get a big explosion. There we go. There it is. If I take that and put that in water, it will turn it to ice. You can also create like fluorescent flares, lots of other things too. I say everything you can create, you can search online, and you've got a complete recipe. There we go. That's fun, but what's even more fun is making pigs fly. So I'm going to head over to the corner here, and I've got my recipe here for my latex balloon. So I've got some helium, which I just managed to create earlier. I have some latex, I've got some dye. So you can use different colored dyes in Minecraft to change the color of your balloon, and we need a lead as our rope. So I believe there's some in here. So I've got my red dye. Let's have a red balloon. We could create 99 red balloons. I've already got helium, so I don't need that, but I need some rope. So if I remember rightly, my recipe is, and I'm hoping that's the right one, latex, so on the outside, and then I need my rope or string for my balloon. I obviously need some helium to put inside the balloon, and then finally my color. So let's have a red balloon, and there we have our balloon. And now let's see if we can make pigs fly. So I've got my random animal generator here. I never get a pig first time. I seem to keep getting mushrooms, but let's see how we get on. Oh, I've got a sheep, so I can make sheep fly. Will I get a pig? No, there's my mushroom again. Come on. Yay, there's my pig. So if I right click, I get too excited. I need to get it more. But there you go. Pigs can fly in Minecraft. And that's just some of the features. And also mention the periodic table. Well, there's some of the different colored torches you can create using the lab. But you've also got the elements or number of elements for the periodic table. So you could use a partially completed table, and then the students will have to go away over to the element constructor, construct the missing elements using the correct number of protons, neutrons, and electrons, and then they can fill in the missing gaps. Or you can just get them to create their own periodic table in Minecraft. It's as simple as that. You can also use Minecraft to support the teaching of technology, particularly design technology. One particular block in Minecraft that supports this is the structure block. So using the structure block, you can export some of your wonderful creations in Minecraft. So let's have a look how this works. So I'm going to launch a Minecraft, and I'm going to go to my worlds because I've already created a world. So this is actually this is a world that's created by my digital leaders. If you're not aware of Digital Leaders program, Digital Leaders is a program where students are adept at using technology, kind of help support the use of technology within schools. So they'll run after-school sessions for students and staff, and experiment with new technologies. So I ran a Minecraft club for these digital leaders, and I think the third week the history teacher came along and said, I want to use Minecraft to teach history, in particular medieval Britain. Now there wasn't at the time a medieval lesson, so the students turned around to the teacher and said, you know what, we can create you the world. The teacher came back with some pictures and some textbooks and some links to online resources, and the students started building the world, and the teacher came back each week, and the teacher became the client and the students were working to a brief, and then when the world was finished, some of the students supported that teacher in lesson to create the world. So this is the world that they created, beautiful world with a castle as well. But imagine the students have created something in Minecraft. We can then export that using the structure block. Now, to access the structure block, you have to do a couple of things. The first thing you need to do is you have to put yourself into World Builder. Now, in the previous session, I talked about some of the special commands. To bring up the command, you press the letter T to bring up the chat menu, and you use the slash command, / and you give it a list of all the different tools. I'm now going to put in WB, and that's just World Builder. Again, you can find out about this if you just research the structure block on the Minecraft website, and I'll share those links later. So I'm in World Builder, and if I click on E and go to inventory and try to search for structure block, it's not in there, it's hidden. So what we have to do, we have to give it to ourselves, and to do that, again, you press the letter T to bring up the chat, and you do slash and give, and you can choose any of those, give all players. I'm going to select at S to give myself, and just type in the word structure, And there we go, structure block, like so. There are already worlds as well that have the structure block built in if you don't want to do that. But once you've got that structure block, you can place that next to the item that you want to share. So here's one I've created earlier. If I right click on that structure block, so I can then rotate. This is what my world looks like. Now it's missing the edge off. So you can change the coordinates here. So we've got Z coordinates. So we might have to change that to about -1. Is that looking? It takes some playing around with. So it might be that one. The middle one's the height. I always remember that. Let's try that. Oh, that's better. -1. There we go. So we have our build ready to go. And I've got a number of options. I can either save this, and then if I save it, I can then use another structure block to make a copy of that in my world. So imagine I've created a house and I want to create a street of houses. I can use my structure block, click on save, place another structure block somewhere else, and then select load, and it'll create a copy of that. So you could do really, really quick builds. But I'm going to choose 3D export. So with my model selected, I can now click on export, and it will generate a 3D model. So it saves as a .glb file. Once it's saved, there's a number of things you can do. So the first thing you can do is you can put it into PowerPoint, and you can animate it. So any 3D object, particularly anything that you've created from Minecraft exported, you can import into Minecraft, and as part of the new animations, you can have it rotate, you can spin, fly in, fly out. You can also import your wonderful build into 3D Paint, and you can paint it, change some of the colors, change some of the textures as well. And you can add more things to your scene. So you can put some long grass in and create a nice little diorama. And my favorite of these is because once you've created your 3D file, you can then import that into any free 3D editor, and you can 3D print your models. And there's one I created earlier. You can also use Minecraft to support computing. Again, I dedicated a whole session previously to computing and computing theory. But as I mentioned in that session, you can, with the new code builder in Minecraft, you can code using blocks, JavaScript, and Python, and you can switch between the three seamlessly. So it's great for supporting transition, especially for those children moving from blocks like Scratch to text-based languages such as Python. And you've also got your agent. So the agent is like a floor robot. So remember those floor robots like Bebot and the Roamer? This is a 3D version in Minecraft that can roam around, but you can also fly, build, and dig. So let's have a quick look at how this works. So I'm going to launch Minecraft. I'm going to escape this world. I could do some coding in my medieval Britain world. However, my top tip is, especially when you're coding for the first time in Minecraft, is start with new, and instead of creating a new world, choose from the template and choose the blocks of grass. And the reason why I choose the blocks of grass is it gives you a blank canvas, and especially if you're programming the robot, the last thing you want to do is have to navigate around trees and rivers and ravines and hills. So it gives you a nice flat canvas to work in. To bring up the code connections, I press the letter C. So here's the code builder. There's a number of tutorials that the children can follow at their own pace. So you can make it rain chickens, flow trail. This is a lovely one. If any child has ever played Minecraft, one of the most annoying things is because it's an open world, and they can build their house and go off adventuring and get lost. So in this exercise, they can create a flow trail, like a trail of breadcrumbs to help them find their way back to their build. And you've got lots of examples of where that they can explore and tinker with. But I'm going to create a new project. Let's call this rain. I've had enough of that lately though. This is going to be a different rain. I can switch from blocks to JavaScript and also to Python as well. I'm going to start with blocks. And then on the side here you've got all your different tools. So we've got our blocks command. One of my favorite ones is print. So I usually do a hello world tutorial where the students print their name and they can print it in using TNT. But I'm going to make it rain chickens. So I'm going to say, when I type, actually let's just do it from the start. When the game starts, or when I press the play button, I'm going to spawn a chicken. And I can select my animals here so we can make it rain sheep or the sea turtles. Let's start with chickens. And I'm just going to change the height because it's raining. And the middle one is my height. So I'm going to change that to 10. It's basically saying when I press the play button, it's going to spawn a chicken 10 blocks above my head. So let's run the code. And if I look up in the air, eventually there's my chicken. Although it's not exactly raining chickens. Hello. Obviously the chicken's interested in what I'm doing. If I press C to bring up the code again, down the side here you can see we have logic. So we've got selection and conditions. We also have loops, so we can teach iteration. So the children will click on forever. I recommend that they don't do that. And then click on repeat instead, and let's have 100 chickens. Let's not be too mad. Let's say when I press the play button, it's going to 100 times spawn a chicken 10 blocks above my head. So if now look in the air, it is now raining chickens. And this is available tutorial. At the end of the tutorial, the students can then modify their code and maybe make it rain cats and dogs. So they can add in and spawn some more. So we've got cats in Minecraft. There we go, cats. Don't we have dogs at the moment, but we do have wolves. So that's close enough. So let's make it rain cats and dogs. There we go. And you can even make it rain pandas and ocelots. It's as simple as that. You've also got built in to Minecraft something called the area of code. So this is a selection of step-by-step tutorials that provide a context. So in this example, the children learn about AI and the applications for AI for good, and they get to code their robot. So the premise here is that you could potentially code a robot to identify combustible materials in a forest. So things like dead foliage or broken glass. Then the robot would just travel around the forest and hoover up all this combustible material so that when there is a forest fire, it's not going to be as devastating. All using AI. And this is what it looks like.
Forests help ensure clean air, fresh water, and sustain life for more than half the world's species. But many forests are threatened by climate change, loss of biodiversity, land degradation, and fires. The AI for Earth team at Microsoft uses artificial intelligence, or AI, to collect and analyze data about our planet to better protect it. For the Minecraft Hour of Code, we're going to protect a village and save a forest with the power of code, and learn about AI along the way. Okay, let's get started. First, make sure you download the Minecraft Education Edition app. If you are licensed for Minecraft Education Edition and have an Office 365 for Education account, sign in and navigate to the Hour of Code lesson in the library. If you don't have an account yet, that's okay. Go ahead and click Start Lesson. You'll land right in the 3D Minecraft world. And this is where the fun begins. Start by learning to move using the keyboard and mouse or touch commands. When you see an NPC or non-player character like this fella, right-click to read what they have to say. This starts a tutorial. For help with reading in other languages, click on the book icon to open Immersive Reader. You'll then follow the path through 8 different quests that will teach you the basics of coding while using AI to help prevent forest fires. Happy coding!
You can also use Minecraft to teach engineering. One of my favorite features in Minecraft is Redstone. So Redstone is the power source in Minecraft. It can be used to open doors, build devices, lift stones, raise bridges, and even move water. And they can be operated by switches and buttons. So they're great for creating simple circuits. There's also a lot of potential for engineering. I've just recently finished a project with a group of schools in the UK where they've engineered a bridge over a river near to where they live, based on the iron bridge that's in their areas. The iron bridge was built as a kind of an announcement to the world of what you could do with iron and the Industrial Revolution. So the challenge for the students was to create a new bridge that kind of celebrates modern day Britain, and had to engineer that. But it's also great for creating, as I mentioned, circuits. So if I go back into Minecraft, I'm going to go to my blocks of grass world. Actually, I might create a new one because it's probably still raining cats and dogs in there. So I'm going to create a new one. I'm going to choose templates again, and I'll choose blocks of grass, because I don't want trees and woodland to be in the way. Incidentally, Redstone's great for teaching Boolean Logic in the computers as well, because Redstone has 2 states, on or off, and you can create things like AND gates or NOT gates. So I'm going to start off with a simple circuit. So I'm going to press the letter E, and I need some redstone. And that's my power. I'm going to need something to switch on. So there's my redstone lamp. So essentially, that's my bulb in my circuit. And I need something to power it. So let's have a lever, like so. So, oh, again, upstaged by a chicken. Let's move out of the way. So I'm going to create my circuit of redstone, like so. And I'm going to put my lamp inside, and I'm going to need something to turn it on. So let's have a lever. So if I now turn that lever on, my light bulb's on, light bulb off, light bulb on, light bulb off. Hours of fun. But you can use those principles to create more complex machines. So I think there's the crazy contraptions that do really simple things, but using complex gears and pulleys. Now, often people just talk about STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and maths. But recently, there's been a new movement to include arts in STEAM, and I wholeheartedly believe it should be there. For any of you that watched the Jubilee celebrations of the recent weekend, one of my favourite parts of the Jubilee was the end of the concert, and they finished with these fabulous light shows in the sky, where you had a corgi, a dancing horse, and even a stamp with the Queen's head on it, all created using drones. And for me, that epitomizes the whole of STEAM, because you've got the technology with the drones, you've got the engineering, you've got the arts, creating those wonderful creations and demonstrating creativity, and also the maths behind the code to make all those drones fit into place. So art really fits in well with STEAM and STEM subjects. And in Minecraft, there are a number of resources to help you teach elements of art. So you can explore influential artists, and we'll look at an example of one of the virtual galleries in a moment. You can also create pixel art. This is one of my favorite tasks in Minecraft. So using the different color blocks, you can create a giant pixel Pikachu, a mushroom, Mario, anything that you wish. You can also explore contemporary art, and there is a project called the Tate Modern Minecraft, where students either visit the gallery in person or visit the gallery online, choose their favorite artist, and then build something in Minecraft based on that artist's theme. And you can explore influential artists such as Michelangelo and Claude Monet. So I mentioned, built into Minecraft is a subject kit just for art. So you've got museums, you've got pixel portraits. I mentioned about pixel art, pumpkin carving as well. So let's have a look at one of these. And I'm going to show you the art gallery. So this is, again, a free world that has been created by Minecraft and Microsoft that's built into the game itself. So if I go to my library, into subject kits and click on art and design, we have influential artists. Now I've preloaded this already just to show you what this looks like. So if I go back to my worlds, because I've picked my favorite artist already, here we go. So in here, students can explore actual artworks from some of the Renaissance artists, including Michelangelo, explore some of the artworks from Claude Monet, and then the students can go away and create their own. So let's head over to Michelangelo and the Masters, which is in gallery number 1. So as with any gallery, we have some guide to help us. So in this room, you can explore paintings from what is known as the Renaissance, the golden age of art, or the Masters. And it said this spanned the 13th, 14th, and 15th century. So as we wander around, there's Leonardo da Vinci, the Mona Lisa. And we have The Last Supper by Da Vinci. And again, we've got more guides. So here's a guide to talk about the Sistine Chapel. And there are a number of educational features built into Minecraft that you can use to support the learning process. So one of those is the camera. Like so. So imagine you can't get to Paris and the Louvre, or you can't stand the queues. You can actually take a photo of the Mona Lisa in the virtual gallery, or you can even take a selfie. Cheese. There you are, in front of your favorite painting. You've also got as well, press the letter E, you have the book and quill and the portfolio. So you can use these, or the students can use these to record what they found. It's also great for writing. I often say, how can you write about something you never experienced? Because Minecraft is fully immersive, and they can write about their experience, what they did, how they felt. So if I click on the portfolio now, here's some of my pictures, so I can put a caption. So the Mona Lisa, like so. I can also use the book and quill, and I can click on the pencil icon, add a picture, let's choose my selfie, and I can write some notes about it. So and I can export those later to a PDF or to OneNote to carry on my research later on. Once we've finished the Masters, then we can head over to Monet in number 2. speak to Claude himself and look at some of his work. And that's just one of the lessons that come free in Minecraft Education Edition. And obviously I can't explore a webinar on STEAM without including maths. Again, I've explored maths in more detail, and at the end of this session I'll share where you can find the playlist, which has recordings of all the webinars, so including science, maths, humanities, computing. But Minecraft lends itself well to teaching maths and maths concepts because every block in Minecraft is 1 meter cubed, so 1 meter by 1 meter by 1 meter. So with that knowledge, we can explore volume and area, but not just the volume and area of simple objects. We can create complex shapes. You can also use it to explore probability, and I'll share my favorite probability lesson in a moment. You can use it to explore area and perimeter and have students create perimeter fences. But you can also build to scale. So this kind of links in with engineering as well. So I mentioned earlier that I ran a Minecraft club. And in one of those clubs, had a student that everyone has taught this student class. Most popular child in the class, everyone loves this child. But they struggle with a certain subject. In this case, the student struggled with maths. But in Minecraft, he decided that he wanted to build a scale model of the school. So he spoke to the caretaker, spoke to the head, managed to get some blueprints. And he worked out the scale from the blueprint. He knew that each block in Minecraft was 1 meter. And they created a scale model. So you imagine his surprise when I told him that he was spending all his time in after-school club doing maths. And you imagine his teacher's surprise when she found out too. But as I said, one of my favourite activities in Minecraft is probability. And there's a number of ways you can do this, but my favourite method by far is fishing. So in Minecraft, you can go fishing and you can catch fish, we hope to, but you can also catch things like treasure, certain treasure that you can't get in the game without fishing, and also junk as well, but no shopping trolleys. So I have the children go fishing and then create a tally chart of how much fish they caught, or individual types of fish like a puffer fish or salmon, how much treasure, and then work out the experimental probability. And then they can express that probability numerically as a fraction, decimal, and even a percentage too. And that's just some of touching the surface of how you can use Minecraft to support maths. So hopefully that has given you a just taster of how you can use Minecraft to support a number of STEAM subjects or topics. So how do you find out more? So the first protocol is to go to the official Minecraft website. So that's education.minecraft.net. And again, don't worry about trying to remember all these websites, and they'll be in the chat, and you'll also be able to find these in the playlist as well. If you use social media, in particular if you use Twitter, you can reach out to us at PlayCraftLearn, and you can see all the list of webinars by visiting aka.ms/Minecraft EDU UK activities. Remember the UK and UK activities, but it's not case sensitive. Again, we'll share this in the playlist and in the chat also. Now you can become a certified educator in Minecraft, and to do that, just to use your favorite search engine to search for Minecraft Education Edition Teacher Academy, and here you'll find tutorials, videos, guides from beginner to advanced, so using Redstone, using some of those commands that I touched upon in this webinar, and at the end you'll get a certificate and you become a Minecraft certified educator, and that's free to join. You just sign in using your Microsoft 365 account. We've also set up a new UK community for educators to support on their Minecraft journey. So here you'll find educator resources, news and updates for build challenges and competitions. You'll also find that we've mapped or managed to map the Key Stage 2 curriculum for maths, English, science, computing and humanities, in particular citizenship, history and geography. So we've tried to map as many of the attainment targets from each of those to actual worlds on Minecraft that fulfill those targets. And you can access those for free by joining the educator community. You'll also get news and updates about build challenges and competitions. We have an awesome competition at the moment where children can, in teams of 3, win an Xbox console for themselves and also an experience day for their school. And you'll get support from other educators, including myself and other global mentors. And you can join that for free by going to aka.ms/Minecraft EDU UK community. Remember the UK. And in case you missed any of the webinars, so we've got webinars introducing why you should use games in the classroom, the benefits and rationale about using games, from beginners to advanced guides of using Minecraft, and then also our entire curriculum series covering science, maths, computing and humanities, all in greater detail. You can access that by going to aka.ms/Minecraft EDU UK playlist. Again, it's not case sensitive. It's aka.ms/Minecraft EDU UK playlist. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you in the next in our series of Minecraft education webinars.